श्री राम जय जय राम ओम। 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 श्री राम
जय जय राम ओम। श्री राम जय जय राम ओम। श्री राम जय जय राम ओम। श्री
जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम Wait for some. Sri Ram.
जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय राम ओम श्री राम जय
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Pranam, pranam, pranam. Pranam. Hari Om to everybody. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. So what is to be shared?
Manana is an outcome of contemplation.
Manana is outcome of contemplation.
Manana itself is contemplation, no?
Contemplation,
Ah, yeah.
reflection and deep initiation.
Ama. Papa keeps on harping about it. He has given a lot of importance for this reflection and contemplation. His own words are, the more we become reflective and contemplative, the nearer we approach the springs of our life. Springs mean origin, from where we have all started. So, intense manana. Puja Swamiji also said the other day, we read out, we have been given intellect. So the intellect is helping us to take up this manana. We don't know how far this is right, but the more we think about it, to us manana means, you are moving towards this origin. Whatever name we may give. Ultimately, manana means our knowingly or unknowingly we are moving towards the source of all sources. Where from Papa names it as the subtle and mysterious force, Ram. So everything zeroes to the source.
Swamiji, I was thinking about the same the discuss 2 days, last 2 days continuous discuss about Mataji saying that converting all I into you and mine into yours. In which case, if we keep on thinking on that, every instrument that we handle or any machine that we handle, everything, you've been always telling us that this has been created by somebody, by their life or by Papa, for our use. So in which case, if we keep on thinking like that, you get a feeling that it's all one.
You understood something?
Some weird.
She's telling since 2 days she's trying to put her mind on I and instead of I you instead of mine yours, and any instrument or any equipment she uses, she feels it is Papa has brought it out. So there is a feeling that there is only one.
Very good, very good. We have to devise some method, That means we are interpreting what we have heard in our own language to us. When something is expressed, it is in their language. When we try to understand it through our own experience, then we are interpreting through our own language. So in that sense, it is exactly what is needed. Because Papa, Mataji also says the same thing, when I touch anything, when I see anything, I see only Papa. Papa means not that form, that power, mysterious power. The indwelling and all-pervading, mysterious power.
What, Auntie?
Slowly everything is becoming clearer.
Slowly everything is becoming clear.
Yeah. Correct. So we have to put it in. So far we have been hearing, Now we are trying to experiment it. Whatever clues, hints God has given us through the wisdom words of Mahatmas, we are trying to understand it through our own language, and then the thrill is there. We have been getting that feeling that from so many superficial this thing, the Papa is now taking us to deeper and deeper. And finally he made us to intensely go to the root. And at that particular moment, Mataji's quotation comes that we should transform everything. Everything means thinking, talking and doing. Transform from the first person to second person. That means I am doing, I am thinking, I am made to do, or you are making me to do, you are making me to think, you are making me to see. A simplest way of bringing this spirituality in workaday life. To what extent they make us move toward that, we leave it. Spiritual journey now becomes, as you said, more and more clearer and clearer. Nothing from the superficial plane, but from a deeper level. So now Ramnam has got, its more relevance in our life. Previously, as a matter of discipline, as a matter of faith. Now, along with that, we also see it's a matter of truth. Now we remember that Papa says, even you should feel the same joy in chanting and non-chanting. No? Through chanting, we should reach that stage where we keep up the same thing even during non-chanting. It's blunt words, glimpses. The meaning is that we should be able to maintain this, So that can come only at a deeper level. So our Nama chanting should enable us to transcend even chanting. What is to be realized through Nama chanting stays with us even when the chanting is stopped. And this is what his life, through his life he showed us. Somebody asked him, nowadays you are not chanting. Then the chanting entity is no longer there. So that stage we have to reach. We pray. You are clearing one by one. Divine name is a ladder by the help of which you ascend to the supreme zenith. When through the repetition of the name, the mind gets dissolved in the ocean of stillness and peace within you. Repetition of the name is no longer necessary. Of course, off and on you can drink the nectar of the charming music of the name, but do not depend entirely upon this music for your peace and bliss, because no joy which is conditioned and dependent can be permanent. Through the power of the name, let the bliss of the eternal Atman, which is self-existent and independent, reveal itself within you so that you can experience it at all times and in all states. Find joy in the non-repetition of the name as much as in the repetition of it, by realizing that all the activities of your life are tuned together by the divine Shakti to produce the sweet music of the name. Listen to this music in all sounds and movements. In yourself and the world. Verily, all the worlds and beings move and act to the grand symphony of God's own music. So that means our Nama chanting should enable us to transcend even the Nama. And again come back and enjoy the Nama. All these words are there, but we were not understanding the real meaning, But now he takes us deeper and deeper and deeper. So when we chant now, see all these dimensions also well up side by side. Even if it is for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Rest of the time probably the usual chanting goes on. That is perfectly okay. But at least during the chanting session, there are some valuable moments where we get totally connected with him. Me and mine is not there at that time. When once we taste that, we try to pine for it again and again and again. So he is guiding us, absolutely he is guiding us. Let us have our grip more and more firm on this, so that the tempo is kept up. That is very important. Because our old ways of handling, it will come and deflate, or what do you call, puncture our enthusiasm. Where is that roots, you prepared roots, sources and... But nowadays, anything that we open, he brings it out in some form. Roots and roots. Sources and sources. Origin. Previously also it was there in various articles. But now everything has got a relevance now. Doesn't matter. Open. The path to the source of your and the world's being is not without. That means not outside. You have to go within yourself. You must go past your senses, mind and intellect. You must traverse beyond all your ideas and ideals. You must transcend all limits, conditions and tastes. And then alone will you have the fullest vision and realization of your immortal root. The immortal root is also the root of all that exists, the visible and invisible worlds, and all beings and creatures in them. Now you realize that one common existence has evolved the variety of manifestations observed all around you. Your perplexity is totally extinct. Knotty problems of your life are solved once and for all. You know that you are one with all lives, one with the entire universe. Infinity is your true existence. Eternal bliss is your real nature. Birth, change and death are passing and playful events in your cosmic life and spirit. Your life in tune with the infinite God, has now reached the heaven where everlasting felicity and peace dwells. In one word, you have realized your supreme Godhead. Another way of approaching, the more we do that, is that life is full of ups and downs. And during a successive downs, we get dejected, stressed, tense. So during our sattvic moments, whenever the mind is relatively passive, we try to think about this origin, to know that we have not initiated this life. The simple truth. So if that power, that subtle and mysterious power, God, Ram, if he has initiated this power, because Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam, in Bhagavad Gita he says, I am the Bijam of everything, eternal seed of everything. That means he has initiated this life. If he has initiated this life, will he not know What is the mission of this life? So the mind immediately gets one more clue. He is working out his will through me, the sense of individuality. When the moment we at least superficially know that he is working out his will through me, the intensity or the gravity of the downs, which pull us down, the intensity will get lessened. We all say that, it was the will of Papa, will of God. Initially there will be a shock, but in the shortest possible time, he will make us to realize this. After some time we may lose, but we get this idea. That means when he has initiated my life, it must be for a purpose not known to me. He is working out his will through me. There is a subtle body, so I need a gross body to stay. He gives this gross body, and he is providing an opportunity for the subtle body to bring out. He is watching. And he wants us to get ourselves thoroughly purified from the clutches of the subtle body. And for that he has to make us to go through certain types of experience, which we normally name it as ups and downs. And when he is satisfied that it has become a pure instrument, it's a clean instrument, then he takes it unto himself. Kindly think about it on these lines. There, Mataji, that simple explanation helps us. So, life I live is his. He is, not I am. From first person to second person.
Swamiji, also if we keep on thinking about it, there's a good feeling that I'm not alone.
I am not alone, absolutely right. Yeah. When this Mataji's dialogue itself, when it comes back to us, the first tangible gain is, as you said, we are not alone. From first person to second person means, whatever I think, in her own words, the hands that move, the lips that talk, and the mind that thinks, all these are done by you. Normally I feel I am thinking, I am talking, I am doing. So she says, if we can convert that, the me and mineness, to thee and thine, even if we have not...
Now I should read again Infinite Expansion of Guru's Grace.
Guru's
Now
Grace.
probably I will understand.
Correct. Infinite expansion. Infinite expansion. And then we try in our own way, little by little. Daily 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. How am I to make it a reality in my life? Through small samples. In another quotation, Papa says, when the source is known and seen, we understand the true meaning of this life. Bereft of this knowledge, mankind is caught in the wilderness of discontent, hate, misery. The realization of immortal peace and freedom is at once individual and universal because the freedom of the individual makes for the freedom of the universal. Life's values therefore are not to be set by mere external rules and regulations, conditions and circumstances, but an all-comprehensive knowledge of the great power which lies at its inception. An all-comprehensive knowledge, mananam, no? We are talking about reflection and contemplation. By an all-comprehensive knowledge of the great power which lies at its inception from the beginning. What one should do or should not do is not what a true spiritual life dictates. It is from what vision and from what knowledge the life is regulated that matters. So the first and foremost thing for everyone to do is to find out the immortal root of this being and look upon the external life from the consciousness of this root. Clear cut, there is no complication here. He is giving us a clarion call. Go to your root. Because my intellect can help me up to this, As Nisargadatta Maharaj said, the present me and mine was not consulted before my mother conceived me. A very, very, very important truth. Then how can I arrogate? When the present me is not at all responsible or did not have any role, did not have any say. When I was there in the form of a seed. And how can I now arrogate? So Papa is bringing out, all comprehensive knowledge. Good. The supreme divine principle at the root of the universal manifestation is one. From this eternal source have sprung all creatures, beings and things. Again, from this source alone have emanated the various forces that produce kaleidoscopic changes in the phenomenon of nature. The creative and the destructive forces alike issue from the great origin. In fact, they are the two aspects of the same power, seen from different angles. Becoming now clearer and clearer.
So Mother Earth and seed are two factors and it's one and the same.
You have to repeat, Uncle.
Mother Earth and seed, though they are different, but it comes to life only because of his power.
There are so many in letters to Ramdas, then letters of Swami Ramdas, Divine Life, Volume 1 and 2, Glimpses of Divine Vision, God Experience, so many. Everywhere he says, go back to the, you can't go, like this. Huh? 21, 22, you can't go back.
We can. You have to press control and click. This way.
Go to
Control
go.
click. Oh, there's only when you go to the control, it's not working. Command with. Yeah, come. Oh.
It's all right.
I'll give a search for it.
No, 21, 22, page. From the original silent spirit, first arose this sound, and this sound is the cause of the entire universal manifestation. The sound is nothing but a wave that rose on the bosom of the pure, still, calm, silent, all-pervading Spirit of God. And this sound wave is the universe we see before us. By practice, we have to reach that calm, still, silent spirit from which the universe and the individual soul have come forth. To go back to that stillness, easiest way shown by the Upanishads is constant repetition or chanting of Om. Then we rise from the grossest to the subtlest lane, transcending even that, merge ourselves in the universal consciousness of God. When we want to go back to the origin, from where we started, the repetition of Om is the most helpful. It creates in us such vibrations as take us into the subtler realms until the vibration cease and our individual existence merges in the Supreme Brahman who pervades everywhere. This is the experience of the static aspect of the divine. It is worth, those of you who are having some Papa's various texts, kindly go. This is a very good exercise, I tell you, to be constantly in that subject. And we stop for a while, chant Ramnam, connect Ramnam as a tool for getting ourselves connected with the source. Because every time when we get some clarity about the root, and when we know that Ramnam is for connecting us to the root, then it becomes sweeter. When we chant Ramnam with total faith, we will get. But the difference, what we understand from Papa's teaching is that for a comprehensive knowledge, this is also needed. So that is why in his sadhana he made it clear that side by side, ceaseless chanting of Ramnam, of name of God, side by side with the one-pointed meditative or single-pointed concentrated effort, concentrated meditation on the indwelling and all-pervading reality, side by side. So we want to develop our faith in Ramnam should become more and more firm, more and more grounded, so that even during the non-chanting time we are kept alive to the fact that He is there with us, within us. So we simultaneously develop, whenever it is possible, side by side with chanting we will try. If that is not possible before chanting or in between chanting or after chanting, we spend a few moments to connect us with this deeper manana. Every one of us has to choose one's own method, no doubt. These are all general hints we have gathered from their teachings. And it can vary from person to person. But broadly speaking, going toward the root helps us. And knowingly or unknowingly, we are all moving toward that. But when we know that we have to move towards the root, then our outer activities will slowly become helpful. Our attitude towards events and individuals. So contemplating upon the root, Papa gives a lot of importance for this. The Lord becomes the all-in-all for the devotee. He looks upon him as the originator, protector, feeder, and the ancient cause of the universe, and he is known by him as pure truth, as the Supreme One, signified by the all-powerful sound Om, and as the highest Godhead spoken of in the Vedas. Swimming on the surface, holding on to the external props, without aspiring to dive down to the bottom, can give us only a hazy and imperfect vision of truth, that is the source of all life and manifestation. Imperfect vision of the truth, that is the source of all life and manifestation. Swimming on the surface, holding on to the external props, without aspiring to dive down to the bottom, can give us only a hazy and imperfect vision of truth. That is, what is the truth? The source of all life and manifestation. The transient, ephemeral things of the world are incapable of granting peace. If you would have peace, turn your mind to the immortal source of your life, the deathless, changeless reality. By constant contemplation and meditation, tune your thought to the reality, ultimately sublimate it into the divine existence, and thereby attain to a peace which knows no change. One more thing which we wanted to share. When Mataji said you try to transform the first person to second person, Mataji elsewhere had said that Nama chanting is the harmonious blend of jnana, karma and bhakti. And she elaborately explains, chanting is bhakti. Whatever we do during non-chanting time, again we bring that it's Lord's, it is Lord's, it is Lord's, so it becomes karma. And when we contemplate upon the root, whose name we are chanting, to whom we are dedicating all our action, that is called jnana. So, in one word, if we have to put, the Nama chanting should help us to move from the first person to second person. Nama chanting should enable us to move from the first person to second person. And for that, these three dimensions are to be there while chanting. Jnana, Bhakti and Karma. So in a simple way, we are praying to Him while chanting. You are making me to chant. You are making me to chant you who is within me and within everybody. Please make me aware of this, that's all. I am not asking anything. You are making me to chant. You are making me to feel that I am chanting the name of one who is within me and everywhere. Now only I am asking you to make me aware of your presence. And for that I am placing the Nama at your holy feet. It may not be possible to have this chanting with this background throughout. At least for 5 minutes or 10 minutes we will have the chanting with this background. The impact of which will remain for some more time. And then we can, usually we do all actions, we do chanting, everything, as usual. We are not stopping anything. But during this 5 minutes or 10 minutes, there will be an intense effort on our part to connect ourselves with Him through this method. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You are making me to chant your name to make me feel your presence and also in everybody. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You are making me to repeat your name to make me aware of your presence in me as well as everywhere around me. And the experience we get after chanting or during the chanting, that will answer many of our problems. So during the rest of the time, suppose we have set apart half an hour for chanting at home, 5 minutes we will concentrate on this passage, and for 25 minutes we will chant in the usual way. because initially it will be a tough job to simultaneously bring these while chanting. So we will set apart out of this 30 minutes, out of this 10 minutes, we will set apart 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Even while we are in ashram, when there is a 45-minute session or half an hour session, we will set apart 5 minutes exclusively for this. And this is, then everything becomes clear, no? Why, when Mataji said, the ashram is a school, what is the purpose of your coming year after year and spending your time if you have not imbibed the rudimentary of, what is that, universal love and service? Then she adds one more word. You are afraid to, you stand outside the mansion and pour your appreciation without entering into the eternal nature of Papa. That means God. So what is that eternal nature? Eternal nature is this first person to second person. And if she says you are afraid because what you have been hugging as yours, you will lose it. Because the sense of individuality will not be there, you know. So the eternal, the one word she used, the ashram is a school. You have come here to learn universal love and service. What is the use of coming here year after year and staying here for months if you have not imbibed even the rudiments of universal love and service? Then she says, you should not simply stand outside the gates of the mansion, shower compliments and praises on the Guru, and then turn back without bothering to enter the gates and experience the bliss of Guru's eternal being. Eternal being is the root, the second person. The main reason why you hesitate to enter the gates of the mansion is because the world outside is the world of I and mine. And you are scared that if you enter the gates and when your mind turns towards Guru, you would lose the world you have been hugging as yours. You do not realize that far from losing your world, you actually gain the whole universe, which becomes yours when you realize infinite and eternal reality. So the eternal nature, eternal being. So we try to introduce in our Ramna this factor. I want to enter into your eternal being. First of all, I should know you are there. That stage all of us have passed. So he is there now. That is why we are trying to transform from the first person to second person. He is there, but we are doing it everything by ourselves. When there is a hit or a knock, we immediately turn to him and we cry, we pray. That means at the subconscious level, we have accepted that he is there. Now to make it more and more stronger in us, we do Ramnam with this bhavana. You are making me to repeat Ramnam to make me aware of your presence. You gave me a sense of individuality. You made me to pass through so many things for reasons known only to you. But now you have made me aware that you are there within me. So now you are asking me to chant the name to make me aware of your presence. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. If you are unable to concentrate, suppose concentrate on the sound or this ideal, we can bring the figure of our deity or guru, in our case, Papa's. Then we can, through that form, you have touched and kindled through this form in me. You have made this form to realize your presence, and then you made that form to share it with us. You have given us the faith so that we can go forward with that, your revelations through that form. Now you kindly help me also to realize your presence through this form. Like that, but in whatever way we feel comfortable. He is giving us a long rope. In your own original way, he says. So we have to introduce this in our Nama chanting, because Nama chanting is the only method we have before us, and we find it is helping us, it has helped us. So now to trigger the whole thing, our spiritual journey, we try to introduce these two dimensions also while chanting. Initially for a few moments, and then carry on our usual chanting with the usual, whatever we have background. But we will try to introduce this. I am chanting, then you are making me to chant your name to make me aware of your presence. You remember there was a prayer here.
Oh my Sadhguru.
Huh?
Oh my Sadhguru.
Amazing.
I think we began all prayers now.
Huh?
All prayers. Aarti and all prayers.
Prayer, no. This is almost gone. Thy glory,
Yeah.
universal prayer, emblem,
That is
beginningless, endless, prayer card all, the ages day.
No, this is diagnosed. This nothing to ask of you.
That also is nice. O Lord, I have nothing to ask of you. I am blessed with all that one can hope for, ask for. I have a mind to think, that is, it is thy glory. I have eyes to see, ears to hear, all these are thy glory. I have in front of me a world so vast, so variegated, enough for me to express myself. Again it is thy glory. I can make, I can unmake, all these possibilities are again thy glory. I can even make this prayer to you. This capacity to appreciate you is again thy glory. I seek from thee nothing, for you have given me everything, inside me, outside me. Your presence is something that I can't miss, I don't want to miss. Let thy grace be upon me, not to gain anything new, but to make me see thy glory. In all my achievements, in all my capacities, let me see thy glory. Oh, oh Lord, I have nothing to ask of you. And there was one more prayer here. We can find out. Not here, no? No, don't worry, tomorrow we'll take it. So in that prayer, a beautifully worded prayer, we don't know, I think from Mugudmam's house or somewhere we got it. Then we typed it out and preserved it. And later on it was written on a board. It was kept here. So there, again when I read this, that means you have given me this life. You have initiated my life to work out your will through me in a different way, that's all. This will all help us while chanting. If all these things are there in our mind, it will help us. Surely it will help us. Because you have initiated my. I have been thinking that I'm a self-made man. Normally we say, I have made this life. That is a normal feeling, especially those who have had hard past, struggled. They may feel that I have struggled, I have brought this, so many things. It is natural, it's not a crime. So when we hear this, then we have not initiated this life. And everything has been provided by the same power which gave me this life. Then slowly I will start thinking, I can never become a self-made man. You provided me all the facilities. Both the field outside and the prompting inside. If you have given only prompting, what will I do? If you have given only the field outside, no. There was a simultaneous, your grace, in the form of the prompting inside, simultaneously with the field outside. Suppose during our off hours, suppose we develop these thoughts. And when we sit for Ramnam, it might become easier for us to bring in this dimension while we chant. So that as Papa said, from the superficial level to a deeper level, we are entering into it. So like that every day we will try now, take one or two quotations and then combine with Ramnam. A simple way is this, you are making me to repeat your name to make me aware of your presence at all times and in all. At least during that 5 minutes, we will feel that and come out of it, okay. Initially we may get disconnected. Again, next day when we try, a little more intensity will be there. With all these things in our mind, that you are the originator. I was thinking that I am the originator of my life. Now you have made me understood that you are the originator. You have provided everything right from the seed level up to this level. Which fact I have forgotten. So you gave me the holy and all-powerful Ramnam to make me remember you. And this also is given by you. To remember you, you gave me the Nama, and now you are giving me the prompting also to do it with this bhavana. And chant 3 times or 5 times, whatever we are comfortable with. And again repeat this, again we chant, again we repeat, again we chant. And watch for ourselves how the impact remains with us. We have to do this trial and error business. Because we feel now the time has come for us to intensify consolidate all our earnings and pool the entire thing that we have been facilitated to have toward this. So that the spiritual journey gets hastened, speeded up as fast as possible. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Hari Om Pranam Pranam Hari Om Namaskaram Hari Om Pranam 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 Namaskaram Namaskaram
Something.
Sorry?
She told something.